because this year we have like 36 volunteers from the US and Germany and 2 surgeons from Vietnam. So the total of volunteers we have this year is around 38 to 40. We have 8 surgeons. We have 5 anesthesiologists, 20 nurses, and 6 non-medical volunteers. We may have some volunteers inside Vietnam too. Let me go back to what to bring, because we will work on from Sunday to Friday. Then we end on Friday, and on Saturday night, we will have a semi-final gala. So you will bring something nice to wear, so you take a picture with the group. So on that gala night, you don't want to wear your scrub, your hospital wear. So bring a semi-formal or a formal, if you like, for pictures, and we have a dinner together. And if you bring electronics equipment with you, the device like hair curler or hair blower or something, whatever you bring. So we consider that in Vietnam, the electricity rate is different. Over here in the US, the voltage in 110, but in Vietnam, the voltage is 220. It double. So if you don't bring the appropriate converter and you plug the electronic device that's not suitable for the 220 volt, it will burn your device immediately. So make sure you bring the converter. Some of the electric device like iPhone, if you read carefully the printed on the charger, it say from 110 to 220. If it say that, then you are safe. You can use either 110 volt or 220 volt, is still good. If you bring the hair curler or the hair blower, make sure you read the label carefully. It is rated 110-220 volt. Do you have any question on that? Can someone give me some feedback, like, so I can make sure that
we're good.
I'm not lost you. Okay, thank you, Lynn.
Good.
Thank you. And also the plug we use in Vietnam is quite different from the plug we use in the US. In the US, the plug that you plug into the electrical wallet is flat, too flat. But in Vietnam, in some area, it still use the old one, that the round, two rounded. You can Google on the internet and you will see the two round plug. So if you have the flat, you may want to bring the adapter to change to the rounded plug. So usually if you buy a converter, with the converter will have all the plug for you. And you just need to bring the one that compatible with the Vietnam country. So you can Google and learn more about the electric adapter and converter on the internet. Regarding the medical field, the lead of the medical team is Dr. Nathan Lee. He is the anesthesiologist from Kaiser in Southern California. And we also have Dr. Nguyen. He is the plastic surgeon. And we also have nurse Mỹ Hạnh Nguyen from San Jose. Most of you already attend Mỹ Hạnh seminar about how to take care of the cleft palate and cleft lips patients, right? So you may know her already. And for the admin team, myself is Dũng Vũ, and there also Kim Thư and Lisa Nguyen. We have 2 non-medical volunteers, Trâm and one more person is Tuyết. So the non-medical team member will take care of the logistics. Will help you to handle like the transportation, the food, and the hotel, and all the supply that if needed. So for example, like if the doctor orders some medicine and we could not find a pharmacy, so we are the one to run around the town to find the right med for the doctor. So because your skill is more important and you need to take care of the patient. So some of us, like in the admin team, will have to run around to support your group. Regarding the airline ticket, so if you haven't looked into it, please start looking into it right now, because the price of the ticket may go up and down, so we cannot tell. But the closer we are to the November, usually the price will be higher. And in one of the question and answer PDF file that I sent out, and we recommend that you arrive around 11 a.m. to noon on the Saturday, November 5th. Why we have to come to the Vietnam in the Saturday, November 5th? Because Sunday, the 6th, we start working right away. So you need to arrive early the day before, so you can rest and adjust yourself to the local time, because the time in Vietnam is about 12 hours ahead of the US. So right now it's like noon time in US, it's the midnight in Vietnam. So you need some time to adjust to the local time. So that's why we recommend to come early. Don't come too late, like 11 p.m. on Saturday, because we have to go to the hospital to do the triage on the Sunday morning around 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock we'll be there, but usually we leave the hotel around 7, because the traffic in Saigon is very bad. When we work in a mission, the Vietnam authority require us to have a working visa. So the working visa is different from the visitor visa or the business visa that you may have used to arrive to come to Vietnam before. The working visa, we have to have a sponsor in Vietnam to work, so they have to apply the working visa for us. So that's why I gather all your passport and license in order to submit it to the Vietnam authority, so they can issue the working visa for us. Then we had to contact with the consulate, the Vietnam consulate in San Francisco, to bring the visa and send it to us. Then we will mail it to you later when we got it. So in the second Q&A that I sent out to you, I did answer some of the questions that you have about, some of you will travel ahead of time to visit the family or stay back some some days to visit the family. So if you do it in one window of time, so that is fine. Just let us know what day you come in and what day you leave the country, so we can have the visa over the period for you. But if you travel from Vietnam to other country and come back, so you are considered to be to have multiple entry to Vietnam. So the working visa only cover the time that you come to work, but you travel to other country and you come back, that's not considered working. So you have to have another visa for yourself, like business visa or visitor visa, or if you are Vietnamese American, you will have the exemption, visa exempt. They used to call that 5-year visa. You can apply that visa for yourself from any travel agency in the Vietnamese town in San Jose or in Little Saigon in Southern California, or any travel agency in your area, or you can contact the Vietnam consulate directly through their website. So you have to have the visa over your leisure time. So when you travel out of the country and come back to Vietnam before you return to the US, you need that visa. The working visa only cover the time that you come to work during the week between November 5th to November 12th. But if you come early or stay back to visit family, just let us know so we can extend the coverage for you. Did you have any question about the visa? Hello, Lynn.
I have a question. Like, so will you mail the visa to our house, or do I have to go to a certain location and pick it up?
Okay, if you are outside of Southern California, we will mail it to you. If you are in the Southern California, it's quicker. You come to our office and pick it up.
Is that like, you mean in around Westminster? Because I live around 2 hours away from Westminster, though.
Okay, if it's 2 hours away, then we will mail it to you. If you're 2 hours away, we will mail it to you. But if you live in the Southern California, like our office in Santa Ana, near Westminster. So if you live in around Southern California, like 30 minutes now arriving, then we'll recommend you come to the office to pick it up. But if you live too far away, then we will mail it to you.
Okay. And another question, like, so when we arrive to Saigon and on Sunday, do we need to meet the Saturday before Sunday, or we should meet on Sunday? And where's the meeting point for the group, though?
So like I say, that we have to arrive on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You have to arrive on Saturday because we have the meeting, the team meeting in Saturday evening.
Oh, I see.
Usually we will, most of people, like everyone recommended to come in around noontime on Saturday. Then you rest a little bit. Then we do some administrative work, like to give you the scrub, give you the badge that you will wear when you work at the hospital. And in the evening, we will have a dinner together. Then we had a team meeting, and we'll divide. Mihan will assign you into smaller team, and you will meet among your team to know each other. So we want you to be prepared before you go to the hospital the next day. So please come before the evening of the Saturday. We don't want you to miss the meeting. Then we have to go right to repeat it again.
Okay, so do we have the determined location to meet on Saturday evening?
On a Saturday evening, we don't determine location yet. Most of the time, we will meet at the hotel after the dinner, or we may meet at the hotel, the restaurant after we have a dinner. So we still determine like the location which have enough room and a bigger room for us, because we have about 38 volunteers this time. So we will let you know when. So Lynn, sorry, Lynn, are you going to come to Vietnam early? You to visit your family?
No, I already bought the ticket. I believe I came around Friday because I want to have a day to recoup from the flight. Yeah, I came early though, just a day early.
Okay, so when you come early on Friday, myself, I will come in a Thursday. So the admin team had to come early to prepare. So on Friday, usually when I arrive in Vietnam, the first thing I would do is I buy the local phone number, the SIM card for my phone. Then I will notify all the volunteer of my local phone number. So if anyone need help or need to contact me, you can use the phone number or through the email. So if you come on Friday, so you have two options. One is you stay at your own hotel or family on Friday. Then Saturday, you will move into the hotel with the group. Or if you want to stay in that hotel, and so you don't have to move, then let us know. So we will reserve the room one more day for you, like beginning from Friday. But Friday is on your expense. The from Saturday into the next Saturday, I mean the whole week, is covered by your land cost. But if you extend your stay, you come early or you stay back late and you still want to stay at the same hotel, let us know. But the extra day is under it's your cost. You have to pay for that.
Also, during the working time, like everybody, the whole team will stay at the hotel together.
Yes.
Even though we have, oh, I see. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, the reason is like we will have to have dinner together and we have a team meeting. And if the doctor need to meet and need to meet with you, they can call the meeting anytime. If you stay outside, it's very hard. Like it takes maybe an hour to get into the hotel, so the meeting will be like will miss you. And there will be a bus to take all the volunteers together to the work site and back to the hotel and to the dinners.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Lynn. So usually the meal we will have the breakfast at the hotel around 6:30 to 7 o'clock in the morning. Then we get to the outside, so the bus will be ready. We'll be outside to pick us up and take us to the hospital. At lunch time around noon, we'll have lunch at the hospital, the work site, because we don't have time to travel outside with a big group like this. And usually the surgery will be done around 4:30 to 5. Then we'll pack up and leave the hospital and we go directly to the restaurant for the dinner. Then after that, we go back to the hotel. During the day, we will have the beverage and the snack for you. So we will let you know where we put it. So if you you arrive at the Saigon airport on Saturday around noontime, we will have a bus to pick you up. But if you come on different times, like Lynn come on Friday just by herself, so it's not convenient to bring the whole big bus to pick up just one person. So if you come outside of that window, you may call taxi. If you need help, let me know. I will show you how to call the taxi at the airport, and we'll definitely when we have the hotel, we will have the address, and we will email to you ahead of time so you know where to go from the airport. So for the hotel, we have the double occupancy room, so 2 persons per room. But if you need to have a private room, so let us know, and you may have to pay some little extra cost to have that your own private room. Some of you already let me know about your preference. So if you change your mind, or if you at the end want the privacy room for yourself, please let me know as soon as possible so we can contact the hotel. So most of us, when we travel, we will bring the a phone with us. And in the US, you have the Wi-Fi, but when you come to Vietnam, there is free Wi-Fi in airport and also in hotel, and some restaurant that we have dinner, they also have a free Wi-Fi. But if you need Wi-Fi all the time, and so you can make call, you can contact your family back in the US or your country. You may want to purchase the prepaid 4G SIM card at the airport. In Vietnam, when you buy a SIM card, the government requires a copy of your identification. So when you go to you come to the airport, it's more convenient to buy your SIM card there. It's easier than you go to the town and you're looking for a shop somewhere. At the airport, when you buy the SIM, they will ask for your passport. They will make a copy of your passport. And usually a SIM card in Vietnam would cost you about like 200,000 dong. That's Vietnam currency. It's about $9 US. That is for the SIM. When you have the Wi-Fi, then you have when you have the Wi-Fi, you have access to the internet. Then you can make the internet call if you have the app like what the name of the app is, certainly forgot. Viber. Usually, I would recommend people to download the Viber app. The Viber app is the phone service through the Wi-Fi to the internet. So once you buy the 4G SIM card with Wi-Fi, then you can call anywhere using the Viber app. But if you want the local call to your family in Vietnam, and you may choose to add the minute call to your SIM card. And there are 5 carriers in Vietnam: Viettel, the Vinaphone, mobile phone. I'm sorry, 4 carriers: Viettel, Vinaphone, mobile phone, and Vietnam Mobile. If you are in the cities, any of those carriers are good. They have like a service covered like Ho Chi Minh City itself. But if you travel to the outside of the city, like some small town, then you may not have coverage on other mobile carrier. If you go outside of the city, I would recommend Viettel. Viettel have the strongest signal coverage throughout the whole country. So if you buy the service, the 4G, and that's a prepaid card. So let's say if it usually I would buy a 1 week cover, but it will last more than that. It depends on how much call you make, but how much internet that you use. But if you run out of the money, you can charge. You can add more money, so you can buy at any phone store in the town. The sticker look like this. Then when you peel off the cover, it will have instruction for you how to charge up your SIM card. And in Vietnam, if you travel around the town, you will see a building that in yellow and black like this, the Thế Giới Di Động. That is the reliable phone and the internet service company. So usually if I need to add more, you can buy from the store, but usually I will go to the Thế Giới Di Động store to buy because it's more reliable. About the currency, Vietnam yield, Vietnam đồng, like $1 equivalent to about 23,000 đồng. And your transportation during the workday, hotel, the food is all covered by your land cost already. So, but if you need to, like at night time, you want to go out to like walking around the town and you want to buy souvenir, you want to eat like street food, you may want to exchange to Vietnam đồng. And the best place to exchange is at the airport. You can exchange in the market around the town, but I don't recommend that. The most convenient is exchange at the airport. So, but yeah, I think you can exchange at the hotel also. But I would recommend exchange at the airport. About the work day and work time, we arrive on Saturday and we have a meeting in Saturday evening to meet each other and to form a team, then get to know people in your team. On Sunday, we have a triage at the hospital. The triage at the hospital, and we will see the patient. So I did send out a link to a video that we record like many years ago. Did you see it?
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Khôi. Yes, that's a kind of like a brief of what we have done at the triage. Like with triage, we see the patient and with their family. And all the patients have to go through to see the pediatrician, the surgeon, and the anesthesiologist. All three of them will review the health of the patient and will recommend whether we accept the patient and for the surgery or not. If the patient is not qualified, they will be returned home. If they are qualified, we will admit them to the hospital. That's it on Sunday. Excuse me. Then from Monday to Friday, the surgery days. We have they are 4 tables. We estimate that we have 4 operation tables. So we have 4 teams to operate at the same time, but it's not necessary to operate to start at the same time, to end at the same time. Each doctor will pick their own patient and they will schedule the time to see the patient. We'll work from like 8 o'clock in the morning until around 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the evening. So we may have some break in between the procedure operation. And at night we have dinner together. Then we go back to hotel to rest. And the next morning, same thing. Around 6:30, we wake up and have breakfast at the hotel. And 7 o'clock, we get out to the street, and the bus will pick us up, take us to the hospital. Usually the travel time from the hotel to the hospital is about an hour because the traffic in Saigon is very bad. It's the crowded city. On the Friday, since the last patient will be around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and we wrap up and we pack and everything and return to the hotel early. And after the dinner, we may have some free time. So if you want to go outside to buy souvenir or visit family, you can do on Friday night or the following Saturday morning, noon time. After the gala, most of us will return to the US or return to the country, or some of us will travel like on their own time to visit family or vacationing somewhere. Because of the COVID-19 this year, we have to test COVID for all the patients and their parents. We will buy the test kit in Vietnam, and Mỹ Hạnh will lead that operation, and she would let you know what to do during that time. Because the COVID test result will valid for 3 days. So the first test we do for all the kids and their parents on Sunday before the surgery, and the result only valid 3 days. So on Monday and Tuesday we don't need to test them, but for the Wednesday we have from Tuesday evening we have to test the kids that have operation on Wednesday and Wednesday and Thursday. So we have to test them ahead of time if they have symptoms. So usually they would live in the half house, and it's a church. There is a local church. They volunteer to provide accommodation for the patient and the family waiting for operation. And they will be admitted to the hospital the day before operation. So when they come to the hospital and they check in, if the doctor order lab, then we will take them to the lab and order all the lab work for them. For the patient and their family, we cover all the costs for them, because I would say 99% of the patients are very poor, and we prefer to not to charge them anything. Basically, we will cover to their cost to travel from their town to Saigon, and we cover for their accommodation for the whole week until after the surgery. When they return to their town, we will also cover the cost to transportation cost for them to get home, and we will provide there some money for them to buy medicine if needed. So the cost to cover the patient care partly come from the PBNF and also partly come from your land cost. So we are volunteer to help them. So our land cost also like cover for the children medicine and the transportation and anything that they need. They are, I would say, from the past 5 years that I went, they are very poor. But we really want to reach out and help them, so we don't mind to cover the cost for them. So the land cost will be announced to you through the email. The accounting team will send out the invoice to your email sometime in end of August or beginning of the first week of September. So you will pay all the cost by October 1st. Each volunteer will be provided 2 scrubs. That is a uniform, PBNF uniform. That will be in the blue color. But like I said before, that we recommend you to bring your own scrub because it fits you more better and more comfortable for you. About the gift to the patient, the first thing is the stuffed animals. PBNF did collect some stuffed animal throughout the year, and we will bring to Vietnam to give it to the patient, to the kid. So when they are in pain, they will hug the stuffed animal, and hopefully will bring there some comfort. So if you have kids, you know how your young kid love the stuffed animal. So our patient in Vietnam, they don't have opportunity or the luxury to have to own one of the stuffed animal like that. So if you want to give them a gift, I would recommend like you can donate your children lightly used stuffed animal. The size is about 12 inches long or more. Or don't bring a too big stuffed animal. That is hard to carry with you. But as you see in the video that or the picture that we sent out in the short clip, you see some of the kids hug the stuffed animal. But in the past, we have seen that some of the volunteers, when they see the patient, they fall in love with the kid, and they want to give some monetary gift to the family. It's very sensitive when you're doing that. First is because we have a big group of patients, and usually they will stay together in one room. They stay in one room, like one hospital room will have about like 10 or 12 beds. best, right? So many family living in the same room. So when you give the money to one family, other family do not understand why that family have money give, but I don't have. So they become jealous. Then they start out a rumor, and it will be difficult. It's very difficult to explain what's going on to other family. So because like one of our admin team were taking care of all the money from the PVNF and you from your land cost, we have one person to take care of that gift already. We put the money into an envelope and we give it to them. So if you want to donate to a certain family, you can contact the chị Kim Thư or Pisa Nguyen. Those two admin would help you to give it to the patient. Usually when we give it to the patient, we put into the envelope and we give it to them privately. We don't want to disturb other patient family or to create a rumor that we favor one family, thing like that. So I hope that you understand the situation. So you are welcome to give the money to the patient family directly. We just recommend that to give it to our admin team. So we have an envelope for you and we can write out the name of the family and we can give it to them. If you don't have time or if you want to give directly, you can do that, but remember to do it privately. Pull the family out to a private location. Don't do it in the public or in the room with other families. I hope you get that, because it happens every year. So sometimes there is a chaos. The people start out a rumor and keep asking about money and comparing with other family, things like that. So it's very hard to explain to them what happened. So if you are living local to the Southern California, like in the Westminster, Santa Ana, Garden Grove area, or like LA, you can help us to bring one box of stuffed animal and medicine to Vietnam. Because usually when you travel international, you are allowed 2 luggage, 50 pounds each. So most of us will bring only 1 luggage. So we have like a free luggage to carry. We ask you to help BVNF to carry a box, because BVNF have to pack a lot of medicine and stuffed animal and equipment, the surgery for the surgery to Vietnam. And if we ship them to Vietnam, it will cost us a lot. But we don't want to waste the money, because we need all the money for the children to help with them with the operation. So we try to save some money from shipping all the equipment by to ask you to carry a box for us. We will put all the equipment like material, stuffed animal, Tylenol, vitamin, or the medicine in a box, and we will put the label in the box to list all the things that we put in there. We leave the box open. So when you just, if you help us to carry, we'll give to you, so you can inspect the box, so you know exactly what is there. Just in case when you go to Vietnam, you arrive Vietnam and the custom asks what in the box, then you know what to tell them. So please let us know if you are willing to carry a box for us. And for you as a nurse or the doctor, we recommend you to bring your own equipment. So usually when you go to work in the US, what do you bring? Like you bring a pen or some like whatever that you need it for your job. You may think to bring the same thing when you go to work in Vietnam. Because like there are one time about 3 years ago, many nurses did not bring their stethoscope and they want to borrow from another, and it creates a problem for the other nurses. So when they need it back, they don't know where you are because you are in the operation room and they in a different operation room and they don't know where you are. They run around, look for you to, to ask for their equipment back. And sometimes they borrow one from the hospital. So it creates issue. So that's why we recommend that you bring your own equipment with you. Like, okay, next thing is the sampling street food. Like many of us, like as a traveler, we like to eat street food. It's good. I have tried many, but you have to be careful. It's up to you. Each person tolerates street food differently, and we did have some case that the volunteer go out and eat street food at evening after the dinner. Then the next day they calling sick. Many of the nurse calling sick. Then they cannot show up in hospital the next day. So we are short of staff. When we are short of staff, the patient suffer that we cannot operate them. We had to wait. So that will give them an unfortunate time, because we go all the way from the US when we spend like thousands of dollars to be there to help them, but because of the street food, we're unable to help them for 1 or 2 days. So that's the kind of avoid our presence there. So we recommend not to try the street food if you don't, your body that does not tolerate well with the some unusual food in Vietnam. So we would recommend you not try the street food at all during the work day. We will have the dinner at the restaurant. So at the restaurant, we know it's safe food, and you can order, eat whatever that you like there. But when at night time, when you go out to the street and you eat the street food, it's risky. So when you travel to Vietnam, like you have to bring your passport, and you also have a working visa with you. And we recommend you to make a copy of the color copy of your passport and the visa to put in your luggage and separate them. One to carry with your purse, and one you put in the luggage. So if you lose one, you still have the other. Because in Vietnam, when you check into the hotel, they keep your passport until when you check out, they return the passport to you. But when you walking out to the street, you don't have any paper identification with you. That's also risky. So if you've been stopped by the police for whatever reason, you don't have any identification to show to them, that's also risky. So that's why we ask that you carry one photocopy passport visa with you when you go out to the street, when you go out to visit family or sightseeing or buy a souvenir or anything like that. There's another way is use your phone, because most of you will carry your phone with you. You take a copy, a photocopy of your passport and the visa in the phone, and you can email that to yourself. So you have a copy in the phone, and you have a copy in the email, and you also have a printed copy with you. So if you miss one, you still have a way to find your passport. Next is about the Vietnam country is still a communist country. Even though they say they have a freedom of speech, but they interpretation of the freedom of speech differently from the US. In the US, you can criticize anyone. You can speak your mind freely because we have the freedom of speech. But in the Vietnam, they treat you differently. So usually when a foreigner come to Vietnam, and like when we go a whole group like this, sometimes they have the secret police, they follow us. They want to know what we are doing. And so we don't want to risk our mission by go now and publicly criticize the government, criticize the police, or like speak your mind about your political belief, things like that. It's very risky. So be careful with what you say. Usually we recommend you not to join any big gather in Vietnam that outside of our group, because we don't know the people in Vietnam, what they are doing. So when we do that, we risk the whole group. That if the Vietnam government stop our operation in the middle of the week, then we'll have to return home, that we don't have a time to pay the kid anymore. So also our license may be removed. Then for the next year, future year, we will not be able to return to Vietnam anymore. So it's very risky. So we ask all the volunteers, like, okay, but you still talk on the normal, socializing, but do not mention about the political in Vietnam. So we ask you to respect the Vietnamese culture and the regulation. So hopefully that you understand that, and we will have a safe trip, and we'll have a good time to work together in Vietnam and to help the kids. So because our group are nurses and doctors from many states, and we have not met each other yet. We don't know other people, how people are. So it's a good time to bond together and work as a team to help the kid. So we ask you to be flexible, have open heart, open mind, and a good attitude, that to work together as a team and to help the kid. If you have any concerns or anything you dislike, please let the admin team know. You can speak to me or to your lead nurse, Mi Han, or to the doctor that work closely with you, like Dr. Nathan Lee or Dr. Lot Nguyen. So let us know if you have any concern or any problem. So we'll try to help you or to resolve it as soon as possible. If there is any conflict between volunteers or anything that you dislike, I think that is it for today's meeting. Do you have any question for me? Please let me know. Nina?
I have a question. Yeah,
Yes, go ahead, Nina.
sure. Will you be providing us a contact person to contact in case if we get detained in a costume, you know, we don't speak the language and we have all the documentation, they still want to speak with, you know, the organizer.
Sure.
Will we?
Sure, we will give you a local phone number of local person, and also my phone number. Just if they question you and you resolve with them, but to the point that they still don't understand you, and you can give them our phone number, and we'll try to communicate with them to resolve the problem. We will email you the phone number of the local person ahead of time, but for my phone, I have to wait until I arrive in Vietnam on Thursday before the mission to get a local phone. At the meantime, you still use my email, like the PVNF email. You can email us anytime. I check like email like several times a day. So my email, and also you can call us.
Also, one more question. If we don't want to use the local SIM card, if we just use our AT&T roaming, have you ever heard any problem like people couldn't get reception or there's no internet coverage on that in Vietnam?
Okay. The coverage in Vietnam, I haven't seen people using the roaming, but so that's what I cannot tell. But I know that like T-Mobile, I think T-Mobile have the free roaming international. Some people like use T-Mobile without a need of a local SIM card, and I know it works. I have seen it work, but other like AT&T roaming, I haven't seen it, so I don't know how it works, how good reception in Vietnam. So I had no idea about AT&T roaming.
Oh, hi, Nina. I think I can help you answer that question a little bit because you can roaming the internet and the service using the T-Mobile, but the reception pretty good, but the fee is super expensive because like 6-7 years ago, I would accidentally forgot to turn off the service. And when I came back, I received some phone call and things like that. When I came back, my bill that month was like almost 1,000 for like accidentally forgot to turn off for a couple of days. So keep in mind the fee is very high. They charge maybe like $3 a minute or something like that. But you can use the Wi-Fi. So I think T-Mobile, they have the free Wi-Fi call. So as long as you have the Wi-Fi assist call, you can call and receive the call to call back to the US, and that's free of charge. But you have to make sure you turn on the option that like free Wi-Fi, so you can use the free Wi-Fi service. That is kind of like technically they use the Wi-Fi to call. So that is free from T-Mobile because I have T-Mobile too. But like if you like direct like dial like the normal service here, they charge you like very high. So that is some experience that I got from the T-Mobile service to use in Vietnam.
Well, thank you, Lynn, for answering that question. Yes, the roaming charge is very high. So make sure where if you're using your phone without the local SIM card, you have to turn off the roaming when you arrive Vietnam to avoid the roaming charge. You can contact your phone carrier to ask them about the charge, about the service if you go to Vietnam. So if you want to make a call, like Lynn mentioned that you can use the Wi-Fi, and I did mention earlier that like in the airport, hotel, or some big restaurant, they have free Wi-Fi. Then you can use the app like I mentioned before the phone app, the internet phone app, Viber, to make the Wi-Fi call.